Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, good people. It's your homie HerbMan. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all of the platforms. All right, all of the platforms. Please subscribe at Love HerbMan. All right, loveherbman.com. Love HerbMan everywhere. Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you're doing, love HerbMan, all right? That's what we're doing. I'm your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm your homie HerbMan. What we simply do here on the HerbMan Show is teach people how to heal themselves. And you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we make sure here on the HerbMan Show that we teach you guys about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to happiness, wholeness, and wellness. That's what we do here on the HerbMan Show. All of this information is free. This is the free information station. You don't have to pay for anything that you're listening to today. The only thing that you got to do to pay for this information is pay attention. And how you do that is simply by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live, you guys. And once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the subject matter at hand. But I am the one and only. I am yours truly. I'm the one that everybody been telling you about. I'm the one that everybody been mentioning. I'm the person that's been on your FYP page. Look, we're coming live from South Africa. First of all, we're live from South Africa, you guys. Second of all, we're live on TikTok and YouTube. So for all you guys that can't get on TikTok, go to YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just because we know TikTok be acting crazy and they trying to politicize TikTok. So we got to make sure that the word still be able to get out there and you be able to be notified when the HerbMan Show comes out. So from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when your boy be on. And so be notified, be subscribed, be alert, be alarmed when we do our thing so that you can know what we're doing to change the paradigm in which we're living in. We are changing the world one person at a time. We are changing the world one person at a time. We are changing the world one person at a time. And this is for you, my Asian brothers. This is for you, my Australian brothers. This is for you, my African brothers. This is for you, my European brothers. This is for you, my South American brothers. This is for you, my North American brothers. This is for you, my West Indies brothers. This is for you, my Caribbean brothers. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you, my brothers out there that are poor, ain't got no money. This is for you. And even the rich, the elite that's got all the money in the world, this is for you. Hey, y'all keep tapping the screen, you guys. I'll keep talking. You keep tapping, I'll keep talking, okay? Let's go ahead and get right into the subject matter at hand. Again, we're coming live from South Africa, you guys. I love what the nature is just, it's such an incredible thing, man, to see what nature is doing and what we can discover once we understand how to talk to nature, how to be in tune with nature, how to converse with nature. Anybody ever ask, you ever know somebody that can converse with nature, that can talk to the plants, talk to the animals, talk to nature in a way where nature can be able to do things that are very miraculous, very supernatural in our mindset, but it can happen. We see these things happen all the time where people are walking with animals and doing different things with different things that you've never seen before. So we know that the relationship between man and the relationship between human and animal and plant is a very intricate relationship, is a very delicate relationship, is a very I would say substantial relationship. And so what happens is when people ask you to be in tune with nature, you don't know what channel nature is on. But nature vibrates, okay? Nature vibrates at 7.8 hertz. All right. Nature vibrates at 7.8 hertz. So what we teach here about health and wealth is that, first of all, health and wealth is the same subject. You should not have to have two teachers dealing with health and wealth. You should never ever have to have two teachers telling you about your body and then telling you about your pockets, right? Because the thing that it takes to grow health is the same thing that it takes to grow wealth. So when a motherfucker's in your face, and if they know how to grow something, like I'm teaching you, because I'm just a regular old country nigga from West Georgia, and you know what I'm saying? Been locked up 15 times and all this type of stuff right here. You don't even supposed to know me, see me, or even be flipping through the page and even notifying of me. That's how a regular ass nigga I am. But I just told you I'm coming live from South Africa. I also lived in 5 of the 7 continents on the planet. Right? So people have eclectic lives. People have things that they go through and they deal with. But what you need to understand is that if you know how to grow something, then it don't matter who you is. You can literally teach a poor man how to grow health and how to grow wealth. You can teach a rich man how to sustain health and maintain wealth, right? So I can teach one person how to get it while teaching another person how to maintain it. But at the end of the day, everybody want it, and it's a commodity no matter who you are. And that's why when I say my Asian brothers, European brothers, Australian brothers, South American brothers, North American brothers and sisters, African brothers and sisters, and the Caribbean brothers and sisters, I mean that because there's not one of you that is going to be able to duck and dodge this particular dynamic in your life. If you're a doctor, you need this too. And if you're a pastor, you need this too. And if you're a president, you need this too. And if you are anything of any elite status, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, whoever they are, they need this too. So now everybody is able to come to one station and be able to get the information that they need for each and every one problems. Now, the biggest thing that you want to understand is that this is ancient timekeeping. Okay? Ancient timekeeping has been very, 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 very important to the sustainability of human life. Well, why would we keep time for her, man? Thank you for asking. So the reason why timekeeping or record keeping or keeping of time is such a big deal when it comes to the history of humanity is because without the timekeeping, you wouldn't put things in the categorization that you do mentally in your experience here. See, you are chronicalizing things in your mind. This happened when I was 7 and 8. This happened when I was, I think that happened. I went with Ray Ray when I was I think I was about 14 when I went with Ray Ray. Okay. You only remember people by ages, by time. You're keeping time. I think me and John, we got married right before I went to college. So I had to have been 19. You see what I'm saying? I was around 19. I know I started school at 9. So you're keeping memory through timekeeping. Because that's why we are raised. Understand the valuability of timekeeping. You was a baby, then they call you an adolescent, then they call you an adult, then they, a preteen, an adolescent, then they call you an adult, then they call you an elder. These are timekeeping jargon, terminologies that are being utilized. So what does timekeeping do for us? First of all, some people would time keep by the moon. So the moon will give you the month. Okay. Anybody time keeping by the moon, you knew the month times, right? Then you got some people that is doing solar time. Okay. Time keeping by the sun, but that's going to tell you about the day. Now listen to me as I teach you guys, because what I'm trying to teach you is that we've now realized how to use this for our health and our wealth. Okay. So I know y'all might be new to my channel. You might not know me. You might do know me. But if you don't know me, I'm your homie HerbMan. I'm your neighborhood holistic practitioner. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is that we've got an old ancient timekeeping system that now we know how to utilize for your health. But if you don't want to stay long, then now you know what we're talking about. All right. So then you had stone hinges and all these types of things that gonna tell you about the year. Right? Okay. You see that? So you got different things that told you about different times of day that has been known to be in this particular climax or climate since the beginning of time. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys if I pull this up. Let me see. All right, something like that right there. Okay. YouTube, what I'm showing them is what is called a gnome. Okay. A gnome, a gnome, or whatever they call it, but it's spelled like this right here. GNOMON. A gnomon. A gnomon is a stick that you just put in the ground and they track time by the shadow of that stick. Okay, a gnome, a gnomon, GNOMON, a gnomon. That's what I call it, because that's Gnostic gnomon. So a gnomon is a stick. So we're tracking time by the shadow of that stick. Now, the real reason why I want you guys to see these pictures, so YouTube, I'm showing them a picture of the gnomon, but the real reason I want you guys to see these pictures is because all I really want you to do is hear me as I talk. Okay. When I say things twice, just like any school you've ever been to, if the teacher says something 2 or 3 times, you want to write that down. Okay. Because that's a very important understanding yourself in this dynamic. Now we're going to get to this, but I just started the video, so I got time to get all the way over here. I want to get you to understand that, first of all, they were tracking things by month from the lunar cycle. Okay. So tracking the moon, that was your monthly cycle. Okay. Tracking the sun is your daily cycle. And then you got the yearly cycle. Okay. And then you even got the hour. Okay. The hourly cycles. Okay. So the month, the day, the year, and the hour. Let me make sure that YouTube can see everything here. Make sure this camera is good. Okay. So you got the month, the day, the year, and the hour that's been able to be tracked. Now, this thing that you guys are seeing here on TikTok is one of those things that we use for shadows. All right. And based on the shadows, we could tell time based on these things. Now, what you're seeing now, and YouTube, also what I'm showing them right now is a different picture of what we call the Adams calendar. Okay. So first picture was the gnomon, GNOMON for my YouTubers. Okay. GNOMON. Somebody please type that into my YouTube. The first timekeeping system was the GNOMON. Somebody please type that in for my YouTube people. Okay. That was a stick that was able to be a timekeeping instrument that was recorded by the shadows of that stick. GNOMON. Somebody please write that down for my YouTubers so that they can know that that was the first picture that I'm showing TikTok. The second one I'm showing them is called Adam's calendar. Okay. So TikTok, what you're seeing here is Adam's calendar, which I'm about a couple of hours away from. It's in Mpumalanga, South Africa. Mpumalanga, South Africa is where this particular Adam's calendar at. Now, if you can see it, for me, it looked like they already knew the shape of the earth and everything in this particular dynamic and in this picture. But this is nothing more than a timekeeping instrument that you're seeing. Okay? People say I'm lagging. How many people can hear me? People say I'm lagging. How many people can hear me? People say I'm lagging. How many people can hear me? Please keep tapping. I'll keep talking, you guys. Let's get us up to 100K. Please keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Let's get us up to 100K. All right? If your TikTok is messing up, it's because that's your TikTok. Okay? It's something you've been doing on your phone. So now you've been searching and searching and searching on your phone. Then now your phone don't want to let you search the way you need to be searching. But guess what? My phone ain't working. Okay? my phone working, right? So now what I just told you guys that it just was lagging, that this is Adam's calendar. It looked like they drew it like the earth, but this is one of the oldest, if not the oldest. It's 75,000 years old or more. This is the Adam's calendar. It's nothing more than a timekeeping calendar, okay? So I showed you this timekeeper, and now I'm going to show you this timekeeper, the stone hinges, okay? The stone hinges was another thing to tell time by what? By the year. So you got all of these different things that were telling time by different things, okay? Okay, all those different things that were telling time by different things. Again, you got the solar time, the lunar time, the stellar time, the agricultural time, the sacred and the profane time, right? And then you got your biological time, your biological clock in your body. So all of these different things are referencing timekeeping throughout history, right? So I'm not the first person to come to you with the expertise or the professionalism or the gifting in timekeeping. I'm not the first person to come to you that's got a gift in the keeping of time. I really want to get this out, man, because it's been bothering me for years about this gift. And I couldn't be as immaculate, as powerful as I wanted to be in the church because this was on my spirit. And even though the church was like, boy, you're going to be one of the most powerful, they wouldn't allow me to be able to do all of the different. I had to, is a lot more tools I wanted to have access to, put it like that. But one of my biggest fears was for you to understand that the gift of timekeeping. When you're reading the Bible, when you're reading these literatures, these are basically books of records. The book of life is a book of records. Your social security number is basically a number to keep recordings of your existence, to say that that number was here. So if you ever come across this number again, know that this number exists. It was here. You see? So timekeeping was always a thing. So there were particular things and dynamics that could keep the month, keep the day, the year, and the hour. I want you guys to understand and remember this. As we walk through, I'm going to teach you guys one by one. I'm going to teach you guys. If you're interested in getting your owner's manual for a funky measly $50, that's what we offer. So for your funky measly $50, we offer this information in your owner's manual, okay? It comes in a consultation email. All we need is your birthday. We don't need no hair sample, no blood sample, no urine sample. We don't need no stool sample. We don't need no saliva sample. We don't need no live culture taken off your look. We ain't gonna poke you, prod you, or prick you. It's non-invasive, non-intrusive. All we need is a birthday. And let nature tell you what you need for your health to be back in balance. But not only your physical health that we're talking about. This is for your mental, your spiritual, and emotional health. So this is a particular item that a program that we are presenting to you, because there is no panacea product, but there is panacea programming that can happen to the body and the mind to get it back into balance, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. If you ever understood that and know that, and you don't like the modern healthcare facility or healthcare system, you don't like what they're doing in the pharmaceutical industry, and you are wanting a alternative, DM me. And for your funky measly $50 with your birthday, we can chart out your health, okay? Period, point blank, bottom line. Now let's keep it moving, all right? Because I really want to talk about this stuff. So now we understand that there were different timekeeping tools to keep different times. the month for the moon, the day for the sun, the stone hinges to keep the year, the this and the that to keep the hour, right? So we got these different tools used for the month, the day, the year, and the hour. Now, pan your eyes up to this shit up here, okay? So to this thing up here, it's the same thing. This keeps the month, the day, the year, and the hour, okay? The same way that they did back then. This, what you seeing right here, this little diagram. Forget all of the rest of the writing. Matter of fact, let me erase all this shit. Forget everything else you're saying, okay? Forget everything else you're saying. I rewrite everything else when I get a chance. The bottom line is, all that you need to understand is right here, this little thing. This little thing is the greatest diagram ever created on the planet to this day. And we're using TikTok to unveil it. And I know the FBI and the CIA and the WHOIA and whoever and the FDA and everybody else got something to say. And that's fine. That's why we are trying to get out of your reach. Okay? And we over here in other countries so that we can start making our bed a little bit more comfortable away from your systematic understanding of this particular paradigm in which we're changing into. You can't stop the rebellion. You can't stop the rebellion, President Trump. You can't stop the rebellion, United States. You can't stop the rebellion, President Xi of China. You can't stop the rebellion, Russia. You can't stop the rebellion, Ukraine, Iran, Iraq. You can't stop the rebellion, okay? It ain't nothing that you can do because we're just under that particular paradigm of change. Now, the age of Aquarius, okay, real quick, the age of Aquarius is nothing more than change, okay? The age of Aquarius is nothing more than a change agent, okay? Where you're going to want to change the status quo. You're going to want to change governmental systems. You're going to want to change school systems. You're going to want to change leaderships. You're going to want to change the monotony and the way you see relationships. You're going to want to change the way you see this and see that. So all of the things that have been happening with even same-sex proliferation, with even the governmental systems, with even some of the things that we've been marching and we've been politicizing and we've been having these upheavals about in these different countries, all came under the age of Aquarius, the age of change. Okay? All right? But because you can't tell time, you don't know what time it is. Because you can't tell time, you don't know what time it is. So then, therefore, you can't really initiate any supernatural giftings in a body that's out of time. Because you can't tell time, you don't know what time it is. Now is a time for change. Can somebody please put that in the chat? That now is a time for change, okay? Now is a time for change. See, you're so busy trying to be human. You're so busy trying to be light-skinned and black and dark or ugly or beautiful or built or skinny or fat. You so tuned in and trying to be a nerd, a computer motherfucker, a gamer, a basketball player, a pastor. You so busy in trying to be a lawyer, a doctor. You so busy in trying to be a trainer, a goddamn coach. You just so busy in your shit that you out of time. You're living an unnatural life. So in your unnatural living, you can't tap into your supernatural ability to heal yourself or to heal your pockets or to heal your life or to heal your body. Period, point blank, bottom line. Let's get that out the way for the 100 of you guys that are tuning in so that you can go ahead and go about your business. You already heard what was popping today. All right? Now go tell somebody about the other part of it. Go share it with your people so that you don't be the only one in your family and now you can't eat with nobody because you done change your diet. Now you can't live with nobody because you done change your belief system. Now you can't marry nobody or meet nobody because you don't think the same way no more. Now your motherfucking ass isolated because you are just trying to be the only one. Well, we need to share this information so everybody can start to understand the agent of change. Now, the real reason why I'm telling you about change is because if you don't know what fucking time it is, then how can you get in tune? If you don't know that it's from 6 to 8 p.m. that Greg Street is on. See, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if y'all know nothing about Greg Street, but Greg Street come on every day from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Really, I think from 6 p.m. to 10. I think from 6 p.m. to 10, because I think when 10 p.m. come on, then that's when old Quiet Storm come on with old Joyce Littell. Joyce Littell been the Quiet Storm for over 20-some, 30-some years. Right? But my point to you is that you know what time it is when these folk come on. You know what time it is when Greg Street come on. You know what time it is when you see Joyce Littell. It's the Quiet Storm. It's love music. It's take your ass to bed. It's love making music, baby. Goddamn, go in and serenade you for the night. So you be knowing what these times is. And what I'm saying is the age of Aquarius, the actual planet for Aquarius, okay, the planet for Aquarius is what? Uranus. Okay? The Greek word for Uranus is heaven. The Greek word for Uranus is heaven, but Aquarius is Uranus. Both of these mean change. So what's ruling right now is this spirit of change. Okay? Since the age of Pisces, of Christ and all of the spiritual awakenings, then now you're in the age of Aquarius where it is a spirit of change. But what is happening is you guys are not going with change, okay? You're fighting against change, okay? That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Hey, that's what's happening, huh? And I'm finna show y'all in a minute. So I want y'all to stay tuned. This is the best fucking show on social media, bro. Stay tuned. Because I'm going to be doing y'all live birthdays in 1 second here. Let's get us up to 100K, you guys. As I keep tapping, as I keep talking, you keep tapping. I don't want to see 11,000. I've said too much already. Okay? So let's get us up to 100K doing the live. But watch this. I'm going to start doing birthday. But what I'm trying to see is I'm going to show you is that these are elements of change. So some of you guys are chaotic, but need to change to peace. Ooh, and that's the Aries and Libra. But you got to be in that state of life. Okay? In that state of life. Some of you are in your phase of seeing beauty or seeing ugliness. And that's your Taurian and Scorpio phase of life. But you got to be in them. Some of you guys, okay, some of you are at that boredom stage, easily bored, but very also easily passionate. So you go from, hey, did the Gemini, and that's the motherfucking Sagittarius in you, okay? It's change. You can change. I could be bored one day, and I could fucking literally change in the next 5 minutes and be passionate about something. But you got to be able to gravitate and open up the change, not me. Next is some of you guys are dealing with keeping things together, or should I just let them fall apart? And that's the Cancer Capricorn. But you don't see the change that is taking you from keeping things together to breaking shit up. From breaking shit up to keeping things together. But you got to embrace, it's the balance of everybody in every situation, in every lesson. These are going to be the changes. It's timekeeping. Now I'm gonna keep it going because I'm doing all 12 zodiacs, but I only need to do 6 to do 12. So you see, I'm mentioning both signs in each of these illustrations. So next, we're over in Leo. So now you have an opportunity to what? Show your heart or show your mind. That's the Leo and the Aquarius. But you got to know what your situation is calling for to change with to change with it. Y'all, that's all I'm teaching you. And for a funky measly $50, that's what we offer you for your owner's manual. And if you want your owner's manual, please DM us and we'll get you the information, okay? Now, let's keep it moving. Last but not least, the Virgo and the Pisces. This is restrictive and being too loose. You can be too restrictive or you can be too loose. Some scenarios in your life, whatever life lesson, is going to cause you to have to change to one of those dynamics, and you need to know which one it is. Okay? So really quick, give me a birthday. 1, 2, 3. I need a birth date, time, and year. Birth date. I don't need a time, birth date, birth month, birth year. Really quick. Thank you, Foxy57. Thank you really quick. Foxy57. I ain't going to do too many birthdays until later on, but because I'm in this mood, I want to show y'all what I'm saying. So Foxy57, do I know you? First of all, Foxy57, do you know me or do I know you? Please talk to the people while I write down your birthday. Do you know me or do I know you, Foxy57? Do you know me or do I know you, Foxy57? 4868. Okay, 4868 is your manufacturing number. Talk to the people while I'm talking to you. Foxy57 said no. So I don't know Foxy57. She don't motherfucking know me. So now we can talk, right? We can talk real. Foxy, if I'm wrong at anything that I say, I want you to tell the people this man wrong. And if I'm right at anything I say, I want you to tell the people this man right. Can we agree on that, Foxy57? Can we agree on that so that we can go ahead and move forward? Can we agree that you're going to keep it real with me? And if I'm wrong, you're going to tell these motherfuckers, because you don't know me from a can of paint, you're going to tell them I'm wrong. And if I'm right, you're going to tell them I'm right. She said yes. Okay, I would assume that Foxy57 is a man, so I said she. All right, now watch this, Foxy57. In your owner's manual for your measly $50, this is what you get. Plus more. I'm not going to do everything for free, but we're going to show Foxy57 exactly what we're talking about. Now, watch this. Every owner's manual has a manufacturing date and a model number. You can go down there to your HVAC. You can go to your furnace. You can go down there to your hot water tank. Everything's going to have a manufacturing date and a model number. You can actually turn your TV around. You can turn your phone around. You can go into your little box where you bought your phone. There's a little owner's manual. Now, it's got a manufacturing date and the model number. So everybody come with that. It serves as a guide for you to be able to do what? Manual serves as a guide for you to be able to get the longevity, the performance, and the utilization or usage out of that piece of equipment that you need. All right, so that you can get, so they're going to tell you about the maintenance. They're going to tell you about the specific parts. It's going to tell you about the specs. It's going to give you everything about that particular person. And Foxy57 ain't no motherfucking different. And here we go. So Foxy57, from 321 to 421, from 321 to 421, we know that that's going to be an Aries. So Foxy57, you're going to be right in here where the Aries at, okay? Boom. Now, the biggest thing about this cycle is that this is a GPS system, so we're going to track Foxy57. We're finna track her ass. She don't know it, but we about to track her. Okay, so this GPS system about to track you, but the GPS gives you two pieces of information. Your destination and your current location is what every GPS map on the planet gives you. Your destination and your current location. So we got destination. Your starting point is your finishing point. So we know what you should end up at, all based on the birthday. Now also based on the birthday, we finna dictate location. Born in 68 means that you're 57 years old. So 10. So now let's be more specific. Your boy's so good at this shit now, man. It don't make no sense. Let's get more specific. So 4867, let me know that you were born in the middle deacon. Okay? The middle deacon. So in actuality, you didn't have 10 years in here. I'm going to say you had 6, okay? So 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, 57. So you are 57 years old and you are currently 1 year into Libra. Okay, 1 year into Libra. Now, Foxy 57, 1 year into Libra, you're about partnerships and relationships. But let's go back. 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, 56. So from 51, from 51 to 61, you've been going through a transition. From the age of 51 to 61, you're going to be going through a 10-year transition. So you might have seen when you started at about 50 to 51 years old that there was some stuff going on. Okay. Now, particularly, I'm going to tell you exactly where some stuff going on. You're in the first decan of Libra. Okay. The first decan of Libra. So you remember what I was telling you about with the change. You remember what I was telling you about with the change, Foxy 57. So right now, your situation is about partnerships and relationships. Partnerships and relationships, okay? But what you're dealing with in your dilemma in the partnerships and relationships is this word right here. This word right here, Foxy 57. That's what's been going on in your spirit for the last year about relationships, is you want to find peace. Talk to us, Foxy 57. If I'm lying, I'm flying. But I'm telling you that for the last year, you've been about relationships and partnerships, and it's been ultimately around peace. It's something about this peace thing that's been reverberating in your spirit for the last year. You want to be in a peaceful relationship, a peaceful partnership. And guess what? These things last 10 years. So this is what you got to go through. But I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something, Foxy 57. That what's happening is that the enemy or your ignorance is not even the enemy, it's your ignorance. Your ignorance is what the enemy is to you because you don't know the nature of life. So here is going to present 2 options for you. The only 2 options that you're going to get in your relationship partnership phase is chaos or peace. Now, sometimes situations are going to present chaos, but you got to keep choosing peace because you're trying to change the paradigm in which you've already understood relationship. You've already been through things in life. And you're trying to change. So I want you to embrace it, but I want you to understand something. You don't have to do a whole lot physically because you're at your spiritual time, at your high tide, during your full moon and your waxing moon. You're at your spiritual time. So all you got to do now is think about it, pray about it, meditate about it, concentrate and focus on it. These are all you got to do right now. And you're going to be doing that for the next, I would say, 59 years. Because I'm trying to get you to 120 years old. So if you 57, then we got what? 63 more years to go. 63 more years. And for the majority of that, you're going to be in your spiritual time. So I want you to start being more magnetic and not more electric. Stop trying to do shit physically and then just start to think on it and let that happen for you. Manifest on it and let that happen for you. Just pray on a motherfucker and watch what start to happen, okay? But you need to choose peace, all right, in that Libra phase. And you're going to go through other life lessons, so it ain't peace through the whole thing. It's just peace right here at this level of Libra. That's it. When you get to Scorpio, it's going to give you 2 more challenges and 2 more choices and 2 more changes that you got to choose from. So you got to understand that each of these are 10-year life lessons as we go through, but I just tracked her. Now, on top of that, we ain't finished with you, okay? We ain't finished with you because you still get more on the owner's manual. So the model number, okay, your model number is 4 plus 8 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So from the month and the date, we got the number 3, okay? 1968, which means 16 plus 8 is going to be 24. 4 and 2 is 6. 6 and 3 is 9. Okay, so you are model number 9. Okay, your sun signs. Everybody's always up in draws about these sun signs. How we get 2 sun signs, where the earth is dark at and where the earth is light at, right? So in Aries, that's your fire. When the earth is brightest in Aries, it is darkest in Libra. That's your air. Your element in which you can manipulate in this time and experience from the number 9 is going to be the fire. So Foxy 57, you're one of those gals that always got some candles around the house. You love candles, you love sunbathing, you love going to the beach, you love hot weather, you love being and just chilling out in the sun. Folk be like, good, you gonna burn up out there. But you just love just bathing your little old 50-something-year-old self out here in the sun. It's because of this fire element within you. Okay? Now, your biggest thing, spiritually, okay, spiritual and physical tendencies. Don't be afraid to come up, you guys, for free, okay? Don't be afraid to come up for free. Obviously, we give you foods, we give you herbs, we give you lifestyle activities, all of this for your funky measly $50. So you get way more than this in your consultation when you pay for it. But from spiritually physical tendencies, off the rip, because of this 9, I'm going to say that you have attachment issues, okay? You got some attachment issues. It's got to be your way or the highway. All right. And because of that, I'm automatically sensing some nervous system issues. Okay. Some problems with your nervous system. Foxy 57. Talk to the people and let them know if we was able to do you some justice or able to help you see where you're at. You're in a spiritual time in your life. So you want to do more spiritual, less physical. You want to watch your attachment issues. Your belief systems are really holding you prison and causing you a lot of suffering because of your wants, needs, and desires. You want to open up a little bit more. And I believe that because of this, you have some nervous system issues going on. Another thing too, okay, because you were born in the middle decan of Aries, because of that nervous system. So migraine headaches, okay? Migraine headaches and something going on with the bowel movement. The bowel movement, your bowel movement and migraine headaches. What say you, Foxy 57? All right. And then we're going to keep on moving. Once she reply, we'll keep on moving. Foxy 57, what you got going on? Let me give me some of my eraser right here. Foxy 57, what you got going on? Loudie just went through that cancer cap phase. Wow. Holistic get a great G-Man. Yeah, I already know. We're coming live, you guys, on TikTok and YouTube, okay? For funky measly $50, you get the rest of this reading and more, all right? But we're really trying to hear from Foxy 57. Look, you guys, if you stay tuned, then we can just go. I separated for my piece. Wow, thank you. Just left the beach, so on point. Okay, thank you, Foxy 57, for that. Okay, I got you, Foxy. We got you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, the question should be that there is no reason. You see how that lady just said, I left my husband for that piece. The Libra phase, the relationship, the partnership. Okay? That's the change. That's the dilemma. See, a lot of you guys don't know what my 2 choices is, and you don't know what to choose. Let me repeat that one more time, man, for the folks that's sitting in the back with their hearing aids on. A lot of you guys don't know what your choices are or which one to choose. And with your honest manual, you get to see that full-fledged, okay? Full-fledged, all right? And if you guys don't know, we'll do another one, okay? We'll do another one. We're going to go through the same protocol because I don't know none of y'all. So we're going to go through the same protocol. Who it is right here? Tanya Morgan said, I received my owner's manual. Yes, good job. Just learn it. Keep watching. If you got questions, you can call me. You can save my contact, and then you can download WhatsApp and get in contact with me, Tanya Morgan, if you got questions, all right? So I'm not just somebody that's going to email you all that shit and just leave you in. If you need to be walked through it, call me between the times of 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, basically when I get off this live. Okay, when I get out this live, I'm available for those consultations, for those walkthroughs. But at the end of the day, just understand that this funky measly $50 ain't just for that consultation and for this wheel and all that information, but it's also gives you a lifetime access to me, that as you continue to keep growing old in age, because I'm trying to get you to 120. So I'm trying to get myself there. So as we continue to age and continue to mature, you still have access to me without paying another fee. So for that little funky measly ass $50, not only is you finna get a word from nature, a rhema word, but then you also get the man that is being a instrumentation for this for the rest of your life, lifetime access, no extra cost. It don't make no sense. Okay, it don't make no sense. All right. So we're gonna do somebody else, man. We're gonna do somebody else, guys. Keep it very real with me. If this shit is wrong, tell these people this shit wrong. If this shit right, tell these people this shit right. Okay. But we're not gonna fake the funk, okay? Because I want you guys to operate under 100% integrity, to let these folks know exactly what you think about these free things, okay? I do this for health reasons only. All right. So at the count of Alec, I think I was going to do Alec right there, right? Alec was at 6'8", okay? 6'8", was Alec, okay? 6'8", was Alec, all right? Alec, your manufacturing number is 6'8", Your model number is going to be 6 plus 8 is going to be 14, right? 1 plus 4 is going to be 5. 18 plus 1 is 19. 9 and 1 is 10. So that's going to be a 1, right? So 1 and 5 is going to give us a 6. Your element is going to be an air, which means to me that you talk to yourself off the rip, Alec. You talk to yourself. All right. And you could be a predisposition for smoking. You might like incense around the house. You love being outdoors. Can't nobody keep you in the house. You got to go to the store every 5 minutes. You got to walk outside and get on the patio, but can't nobody keep me in the house. That's Adam. Okay. The air element. All right. Now, because you are from 521 to 621 is going to be a Gemini. Okay. So you hear the optimal goal is to get back to your Gemini, which is going to make you 120 years old around this wheel of life. Okay. So now we got your destination. Okay, your starting point is your finish point. So we got your destination from your birthday. Now let's get your location. All right, so you're 2 years younger than me, so that lets me know that you just turned 44 years old. Now what we want to do is appropriately clock you. So you were born in the middle decan of Gemini. Born in the middle decan of Gemini. So you didn't do 10 years here, you did 6. All right, so 6, 16. Because each one of these is 10 years, but we got to I'm going to really track your ass. You don't get this in your owner's manual, but I'm showing you how I can do it, okay? Really track you. 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, right? So you're in Libra as well, okay? And you're in your last decan of Libra, right? You're in your last decan of Libra. So the thing with you that's different from Foxy 57 is that Foxy 57 stuff is just starting. Alec, the stuff for you, relationship and partnership wise, is ending. Okay? The difference between you, Alec, and Foxy 57 is Foxy 57 relationship, partnership, that peace and chaos, that decision making, that change, it's just starting for Foxy 57. But for you, Alec, it is starting to end. Okay? It is starting to end. Alec, talk to the people as I'm talking to you. Okay? It is starting to end. So whatever was going on with you, a relationship, partnership wise in life, something is starting to come to an end, starting to change. Okay? And come to that closure because you're about to go into a whole different lesson. Now, if you didn't choose peace here, That's what you should have chosen here is peace. Somebody came into your life and gave you peace, and that was the choice for the change that needed to happen in this lesson. That's all I'm going to say, Alec. I ain't going to tell you who it was, what it is, but you know who that was. That she brought in the peace. But you didn't know because it was the peace and the chaos, and you like chaos too in that moment. That chaos was a little bit good for you too, and peace was too, but it was hard for you to make a decision. And I'm telling you that in that time of life, you should have chose peace. And y'all see Alec right here like, hell no, true. Okay? So now, health-wise, you're in the spiritual time of life. You're in your high tide. You're in your full moon, your waxing moon phase of life, which means that you're in your most highest consciousness state, which means less physical energy, more spiritual energy. So think on things, concentrate on things, focus on things, pray on things, meditate on things, be magnetic more than electric. Ain't a whole lot you got to do physically no more, Alec. Now you can start to just bring it on in mentally, baby. You know what I'm saying? You start pushing, bringing these, you can start just being so magnetic, being like Magneto, and start to bring these things into your perspective now out of thought life, because that's where you at. That's what you need to be practicing on. If you keep allowing life to bring you down physical energy during this time, then you won't make it out of this time. You're already 40-some years old in this time, so you could die in this time if you don't understand how to ride this wave. And that's what this information is all about. Now, all right, so you're a Gemini, so we know you got the air, the opposite of a Gemini, Sagittarius. So boom. So you're air, fire guy. You're air, fire, okay? So very spiritual guy that you are. The biggest spiritual tendency about you, Alec, is grief and depression, okay? Grief and depression is the biggest spiritual thing you got to watch for. And then because of that, you got to watch out for your immune system, Alec. Okay? Problem with your immune system. Alec, the biggest thing for you is grief and depression, being depressed. But that can start messing with your immune system, autoimmune diseases, respiratory issues. It's your immune system, Alec, okay? Let us know how we did, Alec. Tell the folks what you did, how you did, and what we did, Alec. Uh-oh. You know, I'm trying to get everybody right, YouTube and everybody, so y'all excuse me. Alex said, I have had surgeries for that. Okay, surgeries for what, Alex? Which one? The grief and depression? You had surgery for the grief and depression? Off the rip, I'm going to give you some other things to watch out for too. Because you was born in the middle decan of Gemini, your lungs and your eyes, okay, having eye injuries or eye issues can be common for people that were born at that same time as you, Alec, okay? So eye issues and lung issues can become a predominant thing for people born at that same time. So watch out for your lungs, watch out for your eyes, okay? Say, yes, I deal with Crohn's disease. Okay, yes. A lot of people dealing with the depression can deal with these things. And that's a reason why I am teaching you guys this stuff, so that you guys can understand how these things come about. So the Crohn's disease didn't happen first. The grief and depression did. Alec? Okay, Alec? The Crohn's disease didn't happen first. The grief and depression did first. If you take your mind back to what happened to you, the Crohn's disease didn't happen first. It was the grief and depression. Okay, and it could be right up in here, like right here. Watch this, Alec. Now, if I'm wrong, Alec, I'm fine. But I want you to watch this. Okay, okay. 6, 16, 26, 36. The Crohn's disease diagnosis. Matter of fact, the grief and depression happened between 31 and 41 years of age. Between the ages of 31 and 41 is where you got your stomach diagnosis, Alec. Between the ages of 31 and 41 is where you got your stomach diagnosis of Crohn's disease. Just let us know. If I'm wrong, that's fine, baby. I ain't mad about being wrong. I'm trying to prove, I'm really testing this thing in y'all face to show you what this do. Okay? I'm testing it. I'm pushing the envelope. Yes, and that's when it got. It started when my grandfather passed. Yes, and that's when it got worse. When did your grandfather pass? What age were you? Give us some ages, because I just said 31 to 41. So when did you get the diagnosis? When did the grandfather pass? Because that's where the grief and depression. Okay. So Alex said 14. I think that's what he's saying. So 14 years old, you was here. Right? Now watch this. So 16. Okay, so 14 years old, you were in Cancer, which is about home and family. Okay, which is about home and family. Okay. So that was also a transition as well, because it was going from spring to summer. So if you were 6 here, then it's going to be from age 1. It would be age 1 to 11, or age 10 to, I think it's age 1 to 11 or something like that, as far as that transition, that life altering, that major event that happens in your life. It could be between those ages. But you can see, we can start to narrow this thing down, not only do the ages, but now let me show you something else. Okay, really quick, I want y'all to know this also is 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m., 12 p.m. 12 a.m. I'm sorry, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 6 a.m. So now we got the months, we got the hour, we got the day, we got the year, we got your ass. Hey, we got the month, we got the day, we got the year, we got your ass in a nutshell. And all we did was ask for a birthday to do this. Okay? All we're asking for is a birthday to do this. And for a funky measly $50, we can give you what thus said nature about your health. It is the best system on the planet. I guarantee it. It's the best system on the planet. Okay? I don't know how many times I got to show y'all how accurate it is, but however many times I got to do it, as many times I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I got all the time in the world. If you guys are interested in this particular dynamic of health and going back to nature-based interventions, if you are interested in seeing what does say nature about your life, about your wealth, about your health, about your situation, ailment, or whatever predicament you're in, then DM me and let us get you the information. All right. So let's keep it going, man. We're going to do a few more people. Let's keep it going. But this is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand about timekeeping. Okay. That all of this information is in your birthday. Okay. Because your birthday is a snapshot. It gives us a snapshot into when you came into the paradigm. So we know where things were at and we know where you should be. Okay. We know where you should be, and that makes things a little bit more easier for us to understand what you need. And we know where you at, what you're doing, and why, and everything. Then it's easier to give you the remedies. Bottom line, it's easier to do that. Okay. Anybody else? YouTube, do you got any questions on my YouTube? Do you got any questions? Let's also make room for you guys to be able to answer any questions, give us any birthdays, anything like that. All right. So you guys need to know that 6'7", 78, you would be the same thing. That was just 6'8", right? So you 6'7", 78, the biggest two things for you would be the same two things, lungs, and it's going to be your eyes, okay? Being prone to eye injuries or being prone to smoking or some kind of respiratory issues is what you want to watch out for. 3'7", 78. Okay? All right. Once you purchase your plan, how long does it take to arrive? Once you purchase the owner's manual, it normally takes 24 hours for us to be able to get you your consultation. Now, sometimes it's going to take longer than that, you guys, because it's only me. Okay, y'all ain't never seen me up here. I ain't got no bunch of workers, no big old corporation, no none of that. Okay, it's me. I'm the herb man. I'm the one doing this. I'm the one that knows this. I'm the one that is doing all of this work. I'm answering the phone calls. I'm shipping you your stuff. I'm making the herbal blends. So hey, at the end of the day, be patient with me if you want to stop being a patient. If you want to stop being a goddamn patient to them, be patient with me. Okay, but normally it's a 24-hour process, my brother. The Cassie B. Okay, 24-hour process. We get it to you. All right. 10-19-65. Okay, 10-19-65. Let's get it. 10-19-65. Let's get it. 10-19-65. Okay, model number 10 plus 19 is 29. Okay, so 2 and 9 is going to leave you with 11. 1 and 1 is going to be 2. Okay, so out of the month and the date, we get 2. 1965 is going to leave you with 16 plus 5. All right, that's going to give you 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 and 2 is 5. So boom, element then is going to be what? Earth. From 921 to 1021, we know that's a Libra, so that's your air. Every Libra is an Aries, so that's your fire. And see, I already done figured out a whole bunch about you already, right? Your spiritual tendency, the biggest thing about you is doubt and trust. Whoever that was that gave me this birthday, 10-19-65, the biggest thing about you is doubt and trust. You can't trust no goddamn body. You so much of a conspiracy theorist. You so much of a thinking folk. There's everybody just after you, the way you just can't trust nobody. That's what's causing you the problem. And I'm going to tell you where. Okay? Doubt and trust is causing you the weight issues. Okay? Doubt and trust is causing you the weight issues. Okay? Now, I ain't even tracked you yet and did all this other stuff. Okay? I ain't even tracked you yet and did none of this other stuff. But I'm just letting you know that right now, doubt and trust is your biggest spiritual tendency, and that's going to lead you to some weight issues, whether you're too skinny or whether you're too big. Okay? It don't really matter to me. Now, here is Libra. Okay? So we know that this is Libra. This is where you start at. So your starting point is your finishing point. So you got to make it back here to reach 120 years old. Okay. Now, because you were born in 65, that means that this year you're going to be 60 years old, right? But you're born in the last decan of Libra. So that means you did all 10 years of Libra. So that's fine. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60, right? So that means that you're in the last decan of Pisces. Okay, you're in the last decan of Pisces right now, the last decan of Pisces. So what you're dealing with currently, okay, what you're dealing with currently is your ability to let loose. Okay, what you're dealing with currently, that's the change that you got to make. That's the change that you got to make. Whoever gave me this birthday, 10-19-65, whatever you're dealing with currently in Pisces is coming to a closure, is coming to an end, but you should have chose letting loose. Instead of being so restrictive, you should have chose letting loose. Now, you're about to go back into your physical time. You're about to go back into your low tide. You're about to go back into your new moon. You're about to go back into your waning moon time after this year, right? So when you turn 61, you'll be back up here. So this is physical time. That means it's going to require a lot of physical energy. So hopefully you physically fit for the next part of your life. Because you get 60 years of spiritual time and you get 60 years of PT, your physical time. So right now at 61, you finna go into PT time. So let's hope that you are prepared for that physically. If not, get your owner's manual and let's get you your herbs, your foods, and let us get you back into balance and get you on your way. But that's in a nutshell what you're dealing with currently right now. Whoever birthday was 10-19-65, please reply and let us know what you think about that reading. Okay. As far as some of your biggest health issues as well, I do want to tell you this. 10-19-65 mean you're in the third decan of Libra. You want to watch out for your excrement, which is your kidneys and bladder, and concentration. Okay. Excrement, kidneys and bladder, and concentration. Angie98 said, dang, you just read my mail. I don't trust a damn soul. Okay. Yeah, man, that's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. All right. That's what it is. That's what we do here. That's what we do. Okay. So if this is accurate in finding your problems, this is accurate in finding your solutions, please don't forget that. Okay. But the change that you need to do was that letting loose. That letting loose. That was the decision. You either could be too restrictive or you could let loose. You needed to let loose. Okay? And there's something going on spiritually with that because of that Piscean. But again, it's about to come to a closure. And so you can just kind of start to move on, understanding what it is that you need to do. Anybody else? I got one more. Jay Bergman. Okay, Jay Bergman, are you in the building? Jay Bergman, 12-3-63. All right, you guys, remember you can get this guy with your owner's manual for a measly, funky $50. All right. All right, 12-3-63 for Jay Bergman. Okay, Jay Bergman, 12-3-63. Now, all right, I want you to watch this. Let me make sure everybody understands what we got here. So let me write this a little better. Jay Bergman, 12-3-63. Okay. Jay Bergman, 12-3-63. Please pay attention and start to communicate with us as we go through. Your model number is going to be 12 plus 3 is going to give us 15. 1 plus 5 is going to give us 6. So from your date and your month is going to give us the number 6. 1963 is going to give us 16 plus 3. 16 plus 3 is 19. Okay, so 9 plus 1 is 10. That's going to give us 1. 1 and 6, right? 1 and 6 is going to make you 7. Your element is going to be water. Okay, you need to be around water. You need to be talking to your bath, talking in the shower, going to the beach, all the stuff that you're already probably doing. Now, from 11-21 to 12-21 is going to make you a Sagittarius. From 11-21 to 12-21 is going to make you a Sagittarius. So that's a fire. Okay. Every Sagittarius got Gemini in them. So that's the air. Boom. So you are fire, air, water. Okay. Your biggest spiritual tendency is that you can be a little delusional. And you can be lonely. You can have these senses of these spouts of loneliness. Okay. The biggest thing about you, Jay Bergman, is that you can be delusional and you can have these spouts of feeling lonely. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is if you allow this spiritual thing to continue to keep festering in you, okay, continue to keep festering in you, you can have problems. Okay. You can have problems with growth and development. Okay, you can have problems with growth and development. So you could probably seen in your lifetime where you get too short, too tall, you may be growing too much hair, not enough hair on the body, can't grow hair on the body, infertility issues, tumor issues, having just little growth defects and development defects because of that delusion and loneliness, Jay Bergman. Okay, off the rip, that's what we see. Now, let's get up here and let's track you. All right, let's track you. I just did that real quick on you, but let's track you. All right. So being a Sagittarius, that means that you're going to be right here. All right. You're right there. The point of this whole thing is for you to get back here. You'll be 120 years old. So currently, this is your destination. So what is your current location? Let's go by age. You will be 62 this year, so that means you're 61. You were born in the middle decan. Okay, you were born in the middle decan of Sagittarius. So you didn't spend the whole 10 years here, you spent 6, right? So then if you 61, we're gonna say 6, 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, and then boom. So you're in the second of Gemini. To be 61, you're gonna be in the second decan of Gemini. Okay, the second decan of Gemini. So off the rip, I can tell you off the rip, Jay Bergman, your decision making is about boredom. Boredom. Okay, you've been dealing with boredom. Okay, and being passionate. This is a time to be okay with being chill. It's a time to be okay with being chill. It's also a time that if you are trying to rekindle communication with siblings, if you got brothers and sisters or something like that that you're trying to communicate with, this is also a great time for that as well. Another time is this is you're in the physical time of life, right? So you're in a time that's calling for more physical energy. So although you are 61, you probably still got to usurp a lot of physical energy. If not, you want to be physically fit for this time so that you can make it through the spiritual paradigm. So again, this calls a lot for you to be up, about, and doing. This is the low tide. This is the new moon. This is the waning moon phase of life. That's what you're in. You're in low tide. Okay, low tide meaning that you want to be doing some things, doing the planting, doing the harvesting. So you'll see that a lot of stuff that you start to do just start to manifest itself. That's because that's just where you at right now. Okay, so you're in that growth and development phase. You're growing, you're developing how you want to talk to your siblings, how you want to talk to your loved ones, the people around you, your co-workers. You're developing that talking skill, that communication skill with self and with others around you. But the biggest thing that I want you to know is that I want you to be okay with that boredom and passionate thing. Okay, it's okay to be not doing something sometimes. You ain't got to. You can value not having shit to do sometimes, but then you can also value being passionate. So that's the choice that you got to make in this particular season. And I want you to be able to make that because in this intellectual stage that you're in, when you're in this intellectual stage, you know, you can really kind of just overexert yourself. And when you overexert yourself, obviously, it's going to weigh heavy on the physical body. And we don't want you to do that in your PT testing time. Want to make sure that you are physically fit to maintain and get all the way back over here to your destination, which is in Sagittarius. Now, the biggest thing that I also want you to get and understand is, as far as diseases are concerned, is that you were born in the middle decan of Sagittarius, right? So your eyes and your lungs, okay? Your eyes and your lungs are two things that you're definitely going to have to make sure because you're prone to eye injuries. So when I say your eyes, I ain't just talking about just glasses. You just prone to eye injuries. There's shit going on with your eyes or your eyesight. Something popped in your eye, got in your eye. Something eyelash fucked up your eye. You got an eye swole. You got a pink eye. You got a sty in your eye. You got all this kind of shit going on with your eyes because you're prone to that, Jay Bergman. All right. Now, Jay Bergman, tell the folks what we talking about. Jay Bergman says shit every day. Jay Bergman said every day, cuz. Hell nah. Jay Bergman said every day, pimp, you hit it on the head. Now, obviously, Jay Bergman, you get way more information with this once you pay your funky measly $50 to be tell you about the herbs and the foods and everything else that you would need to do in order to get yourself back in balance with nature. Okay. So that's what we're talking about, you guys. A old timekeeping situation, man. That's it. We don't need your blood type, man. This is not about blood type. Blood type is not prone to nature. Who in the fuck in back in the day knew your blood type? Who in the hell back in the day of Adam and Eve, Jesus, back in the day of Isis and Osiris and King Tut and back in the day of Shaka Zulu and who the hell knew your blood type? Y'all come on now with some of this stuff now. Y'all stop. Now stop it. Stop it. People who know how to talk to nature has got some natural things they use. And we're using natural things because these natural things have always been proponents to tell you about time, whether it's been about the seasons, whether it's been about what to grow, whether it's been about what to celebrate, whether it's been about, this or that. Time has always been something that has been such an intricate part of your life that it ain't even funny. Now, what we're saying is that your birthday is telling us more information than just when you were born. Your birthday is telling us everything. Okay? Your birthday is telling us everything. Jay Berman said, I'm going to order now. Thanks, man. Yes, sir. You can go to the website. You can order. This stuff is free shipping, you guys. So please hit the free shipping tab. Okay, it's free shipping because it's an email, right? You're getting in an e format. I guess you can call it e format. So you're getting these consultations e formatted so that you can always have it at your possession. I would suggest you guys laminate it. We don't know what's going to happen to Google. We don't know what's going to happen to the internet or your cell phone or your Gmail or whatever. We don't know what's going to happen to your stuff. So get your information laminated, put it by your most exclusive, most important paperwork like your birth certificate and all this stuff you got hidden in your house, and put this right with it. So along down the line, even if you're a baby, even if you're 10, even if you're 15, even if your mama got it for you when you was 21, even if you got it when you was 30, but when nothing happening, but you still got it for when you do get something happening, and then we can revert back to that. Because even though when I get 80, 90 years old, and I'm talking to you guys, the first question I'm going to ask you is, do you got your owners name? I want to know what nature said about you way before I give my conclusion, way before I give my advice, way before I give my understanding. I want to be able to know that you went through this and at least give me some kind of a rudimentary understanding of what we were working with back in the day, what we were working with when we initially spoke, what we were working with when we got your birthday. I need to know that. I don't want to bypass nature. You might want to bypass your doctor. A doctor might want to bypass another doctor. A man might want to bypass another man. A woman might want to bypass another woman. A woman might want to bypass a man. A man might want to bypass a woman. I don't want to bypass nature. So I am going to ask each and every one of you if you got your owner's manual and what that said first, so they can give me an understanding of who I'm talking to. And if you ain't got it, then that's the first thing you got to get. And for your little funky measly $50, it's going to be either that or less. But it'll never be more than that. Okay? It'll never be more than that. And we need to be able to get this information so that I don't be doing no guessworking and you don't be guessworking because you don't know what balances you. You don't know what's ailing you. You don't know that the root cause, that man didn't know that the root cause of his Crohn's disease was grief and depression. Who in the fuck told him that? I did. But he didn't know that, and he can't find that out. The preacher can't tell him that, and the doctor can't tell him that. But we can. We can. Okay? There's a way that we can be able to do this. All right, so 93070. 93070 is Rampas man. 93070 is Rampas. Rampas. 93070. Okay, is Rampas man. Okay. 93070 is Rampas man. All right. Now, Rampas man, you know how this go, right? As long as you talking to the people, I'll still be talking to you. Let's keep tapping the screen, you guys. Let's get us up to 100K. I got about 30 more minutes with you guys. Keep tapping. I'll keep talking. If you keep tapping, I'll keep talking. We should already be close to 100K by now. I don't know where y'all done seen this at the way you think I don't deserve my kudos. Here you talking about Rampas man. Rampas man. 93070 is my son's birthday and sister. Okay, so we finna kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Okay, 93070. All right, so the model number is going to be 39. Okay, so we 39. 9 plus 3 is 12. All right, 1 plus 2 is 3. So between these two numbers, you get the number 3. 1970. So that's going to be 17 plus 0. So 17. So 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 and 3 is 11. Okay, 8 and 3 is 11. The water, the element of 11 is the water. Okay, 921 to 1021 is going to be Libra, so that's another air. And every Libra is an Aries, so that's the fire. This person's air, fire, water. Okay, now because of the 11, the spiritual tendency that you're going to have to watch out for is guilt, and unforgiveness. Okay, guilt and unforgiveness is what you got to watch out for. And the main body system is your reproductive system. Okay, your reproductive system. All right, 930 70. Okay, now because we already know that this is a Libra from 921 to 1021, so Libra, you're here. So your whole job is to make it back to Libra. So that's the destination. Your current location is that you're 9 years older than me. So we're going to make you be 9 years older than me. You're going to be 55, but you're not there yet. So you're 54, right? So you're born in the first decan of Libra. You're born in the first decan of Libra, which means that you got all of this. Okay. You got all of this, right? So that'll be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then you're going to be 4 years in the Pisces, 54. 54 years in the Pisces make you in the second decan of Pisces. So you are also dealing with letting loose. Okay, you're also dealing with letting loose. Okay, that's what you need to do. You got to change and let loose. Okay, that's what you're dealing with, letting loose. Right now, another thing that you're dealing with as well, being in that middle decan. Well, I'm just gonna say as far as physically being in this first decan of Libra here is that you want to watch out for metabolism issues and something going on with your head or skull injuries. Okay, your head or having head injuries, skull injuries, you're prone to those, and metabolism. Okay, head injuries, skull injuries, and metabolism, you're prone to those. So you want to watch out for those as far as health condition. But the main thing is going to be your guilt and unforgiveness and your reproductive organs you want to watch out for. You're still in the spiritual time. So I would say continue to be magnetic, continue to be thoughtful, continue to be prayerful, continue to be meditative, continue to try to will things happening in your life through your thought, your spiritual life more than physically. Okay, but you're about to enter out of this time. This is a tough time for you, and I understand why. I can see why right here. But if you want to discuss this further, we can. There's some things that's been happening to you unknown, out of your control. That's happening to you through your dreams. Just happening to you spiritually. You're just going through a lot of spiritual stuff right now. But I'm telling you is to stay focused, stay down, understand that your thought life, your concentration, your focus can get you through it. And the best thing I want you to do is to learn how to let loose. Okay? Let loose. Don't be so restrictive. Let loose. That's what this lesson is trying to teach you. Either you're going to be restrictive or let loose. I'm telling you that the secret to this is to let loose. All right? Rampus man said true. Okay? So that's the big secret to it. Let loose. You're in the high tide, man. You're in the high tide, the full moon, the waxing moon. So you can always do that. But and also when you're praying and you're doing your meditation, get your water, bro. Set that water beside you. Because for some reason, when you're talking in the shower, when you're talking in the bathroom, when you're talking around water, you're being heard. Because that's the element that you can manipulate. So keep that around you when you want to be heard. And you can start using these things to ride the waves of life, to get you to 120 years old and to be in tune with nature. Okay? You're in your most high state, though. Rest. Let loose and rest in that. Okay? Let loose and rest in that. That's a big thing for you right now. You need to know that. Let loose. Nature is saying let loose and rest in your intuition. Rest in your intuition. What you feel, you need to be very secure in your feelings and your dreams. You need to be secure in that. Trust yourself in these areas. Okay? Rest in that letting loose. Anybody else? Now, have y'all seen since I've been on here? Okay, we don't got that much longer on here, you guys. Please keep tapping the screen. We'll keep talking. Let's get us up to 100K. But if you seen, nobody on here said nothing about being wrong. Ain't nobody on here said nothing about hell no. Ain't nobody on here said nothing about that. You know why? Because nobody's ever seen this before. But we're doing this for your health, okay? For your health. You cannot be rich with an unhealthy consciousness. Rich people know how to close on the time. Okay, the thing about being rich, everybody tells you, is about closing on deals. That's the thing about being rich. You got to know how to close the deal. When you're in the stock market, you got to know how to close that. You can learn how to trade all you want to. If you don't know how to get in and out of a trade, then you still don't know how to trade yet. There's a lot of people that know how to trade. They go to school for trading, and they learn the candles, and they learn the structure, and they learn all of the news clippings, and they learn how to go over here and go over there. You learn your pips, and you learn all these little nuances of trading. But then when you get really down into it, your ass don't know how to pull in or out of the trade. See, because you don't know how to close the door on what it is, the opportunity that you're looking for. Some of you guys have crossed your rich path already. Some of you guys have crossed your rich opportunity, but you didn't know it. Some of you guys have crossed paths with your healing opportunity, and you didn't know it. Some of you guys have heard a woman on social media, heard a man on social media, heard a man in the radio, a woman on TV, and they said exactly what you need, but you don't believe them because of all of the other shit that you done been through, all of the other disbelief, all of the other failed opportunities, all of the other, failed money, and all this money we done spent, and all this. So you done just missed all this school shit that you done missed in school. So you miss other opportunities of school events. You done missed all this stuff in corporate America. So you miss other opportunities in corporate America. You done missed all this stuff in entrepreneurial business ships. And so you miss other business opportunities. You done missed all these things so much. You ain't super sensitive to knowing when shit happens. And that's why you can't heal yourself. And that's why you can't get in good relationships. And that's why you can't rebuild, because you ain't learning yet. So like I'm telling the person right then, the lesson in this shit that you've been going through, this person, look, that person that I was just talking to right then and there, I don't know who that was, but that person who I was just talking to been going shit for the last 8-9 years. Not knowing which one to do, restrictive or letting loose. I just told them the answer to that question. For the last 9 years, they've been fighting spirit, going through this and that, not knowing what the fuck is the goddamn answer to the test. Let loose. Damn, bro, man, you should have told me this shit when I first started, cuz. Man, we just not getting this information. It's just not coming live. It's just not coming direct to you, okay? My fault for the late arrival, but we getting it. We got it. It's good now. But the answer to the test is what you're looking for. Okay? You don't believe? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Dr. Q Richardson, 11/19/91. Watch this. 11/19/91. Now you already can see the rhythm in the birthday. Dr. Q Richardson. Dr. Q Richardson, 11/19/91. Watch this now. Watch this. Watch it. Your model number. Okay. Every owner's manual comes with a manufacturing date and the model number. your model number is 11 plus 19 is going to give you 30, right? 11 plus 19 is going to give you 30, so that's a 3. So between these two numbers, I get the number 3. 1991 going to leave you with 19 plus 1, which is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2, so 2 plus 3 is 5. That's your earth element, okay? 1021 to 1121, we already done said before, is going to be a what? Scorpio. So that's water. The opposite of a Scorpio is a Taurus. So that's the earth. So this person is a water, earth, earth. The biggest thing about this person here is doubt and trust. And the biggest thing that doubt and trust is going to affect Dr. Q Richardson is weight issues. Your weight. Okay? Your biggest spiritual thing is doubt and trust. You're a big conspiracy theorist. You're a big untrusting person. You keep that up, it's going to deal with your thyroid. Okay? It's going to deal with your thyroid. All right? Outside of that is also going to deal with your weight issues. You could be super skinny or you could be super big. Watch out for that. Now, let's walk you through here. Okay? 1021 to 1121 is a Scorpio. So that's going to make you here. Right? We know that this is your destination on this wheel of life. So you got to try to make it back to Scorpio. Okay? That's what you got to try to make it back to. You being born in 1991 is going to make you what? 30. I'm going to give you what? 34 years old, 33. Okay? But you were born in the last decan of Scorpio. So therefore, you didn't get all 10 years of Scorpio. So we'll give you 3. So 3, 13, 23, 33, and then 43, right? So you're going to be 33 years old. Literally, you're 33. So you're right here on the cusp, okay? You're going into Pisces, basically. But I'm just going to go ahead and put you in Pisces because this year you turn 34. Okay, this year you turn 34. So this year you'll be in the first decan of Pisces. Again, as y'all can see, I don't know how this happened every live, but most of the people who came on are different ages, but they in Pisces. Again, the choice you need to make is the letting loose. Okay? That's the choice you need to make. Now, you're early on in this, but there's going to be some spiritual things happening to you. There's going to be some unknown things happening. There's going to be some stuff that ain't your fault that's about to happen to you in this Piscean lesson that you got to know, because that's the lesson. The lesson is the unknown. But what you got to do is the unknown going to make you more restrictive, or it's going to allow you to be able to let loose? So you got to be spiritually content and discerning to understand that I could be let loose and I don't have to let these things that are popping up in my life scare me, timid me, or draw me down, or bring my spiritual intuition or maturity level down when I'm really trying to get it up. Right? So you're at a spiritual time in your life. You're also at the spiritual time, the high tide, the full moon, the waxing moon, okay? You don't have a whole lot left here before you go to your physical time of life, your low tide, your new moon, your waning moon, okay? So you got to understand this. Now, obviously, we give you more information with your owner's manual for your funky measly $50. So if you want more information, you want the foods, you want the herbs, you want the activities, we can do all of that. We can ship out the herbs to you as well. All of that stuff for that funky measly $50. But the biggest thing is that's where you at. You're right now dealing with some spiritual shit, and it's gonna make you have to make a decision of being too restrictive or let loose. And I'm telling you, the answer to the question is you're gonna have to let loose, sweetie. All right. Now, outside of that, because you were born in the third decan of Scorpio, you want to watch out also for your hormones. Okay, your hormones are going to be a big thing for you. All right. And then also your hearing. Okay. Your hearing. Also something going on with your hearing. Dr. Q Richardson. Your hearing. Ears with issues with your hearing. So you want to watch out for that because these are tendencies. Okay. Dr. Q said dealing with them both now. Okay. So y'all could just watch the people. That's why I call their name out, because I got to focus on the reading. but I call their name out for you guys to watch them as I read this, and then they can respond and let you know whether we doing something or we not. But the bottom line, the biggest thing is right here. The doubt, trust, the weight issues, the letting loose, and knowing that you're in the spiritual time of life. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Now, obviously, like I said, we go a little bit deeper when you pay for it, but easy, man, easy. How in the hell do you know pinpointing where these people at? Yeah, I know what choice you in. I know what choice you got to make. I know what choices y'all struggling with. But it is what it is. We got to be able to get there. 3487 before she tie my goddamn screen up. 3487 before she tie my screen up. Let me go on and do it. 3487 before you tie my goddamn computer screen up. Okay? 3487. So from 221 to 321, that's going to be a what? A Pisces. Okay? So again, now this person is an actual Pisces. Okay? So from 221 to 321, this person is an actual Pisces. All right? Now let's get the model number. 3 and 4 is going to make a 7. So the month and date gave us 7. And then 1987 is going to leave us with 18 plus 7, okay, which is 25. 2 and 5 is 7. So 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5, okay? This is going to be the Earth. All right. We already know that is going to be 221 to 321 is a Pisces, so that's water. The opposite of Pisces is a Virgo, so that's Earth. Okay, so you're water, earth, earth. Now, also for you is the same thing: doubt, trust, weight issues, thyroid issues, etc. Same thing for you, 3487. Now, where you're at, okay? So we know that you're in Pisces right here at 87 is going to make you what? You're 38, just turned 38, okay? So you were born in the middle decan of Pisces, okay? So you didn't get all 10, but you got 6. So 6, 16, 26, 36, okay? And then you're basically in Cancer in the first decan of Cancer. Okay, you're in the first decan of Cancer. If you're 38, you're in the first decan of Cancer, right? Being in the first decan of Cancer, what you're dealing with right now with home and family. Okay, you got some stuff going on, home and family. Okay, and the thing that you got to deal with is okay, that's what you're dealing with right now. Okay, for the last couple of years, and you got a little bit more years to go through it. But it's the dilemma between breaking family up or bringing family back together. Bringing people together in home and family is the decision that you got to make, and that's the appropriate decision. Okay, bringing people together is the decision that you got to make, and that's the one that's appropriate for these 10 years. But you're gonna go through a lot of stuff with your mama, them, maybe with your spouse, with your kids, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Whatever home and family affairs you got going on. The decision gonna be breaking that up or keeping that together. Okay, and your things should be put together. Okay, keep it together. Now, this is a physical time of life. So obviously, this is your new moon, your low tide. This is going to be your waning moon. This is going to be a time for you to do the work, get the harvest, do what you got to do, exert the physical energy, but don't let it get you too much. But yeah, this is your time to get out here and get it physically with your body. So you got to be physically fit to get out here and get it, and then you'll cross over into your spiritual time. Okay, but obviously, it's more information that you get if you pay your funky measly $50 and get this reading. But at the end of the day, you can see off the rip that you're in your physical time. So we want you to be physically fit. We want you to concentrate on the body, use your body, do what you got to do, go out there and get it, go get it, whatever you got to do to get that physical exertion, you can do that now, okay? You're in your physical time to go and get that bag if that's what you're chasing. But at the end of the day, understand that right now with this home and family thing, that's what you got to deal with. Now, the fact that you were born in the middle decan of Pisces, you also got to look out for health-wise. Now, I want you to look out for your nerves, okay, and your stomach, okay? Your nerves and your stomach, all right? Your nerves and your stomach. And when I say your nerves, particularly in your feet, right? Your nerves, it could be somebody getting on your nerves, it could be your nerves, but nerves, particularly though, in your feet and your stomach. Watch out for those two things, okay? Watch out for those two things. Lady Love 1484 said, I feel it. Thank you, brother. Yes, 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 yes. Again, this comes with the remedies for your problems. Don't just come on the show and ask for problems. Purchase the stuff so you can get your remedies. Okay? You already know your problem. Nature knows your problem. And what I'm trying to do, expose to you using these free marketing systems called social media is that nature knew you before you know yourself. So therefore, it ain't an accident to nature. It's only an accident to you because you're not God, and that's fine. But nature knows you way more than you really realize and give credit over for. And what I mean by that is that you can also consult nature for way more than you understand and realize. Okay, you can consult nature for way more than you understand and realize. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM me and we'll get you the information that you need. Any questions thus far? We got about 10 more minutes, you guys. I'm not going to hold y'all, and I'm not going to continue to keep doing all of these because I got a lot of consultations to do. Again, it normally takes 24 hours to do these consultations. You can email me your birthday. That's all we need. We don't need a doctor's diagnosis. We don't need a self-diagnosis. We don't need no live culture. We don't need no blood type, no blood sample. We don't need no saliva, no urine, no stool sample. We don't need none of that, man. This is non-invasive, non-intrusive. All we need is your birthday, and we're going to give you the maximum amount of information that nature says that you need and recommends for you to be able to get back into balance. And I feel like that's the best system on the planet. There is no panacea product, but it is a panacea program, and we feel like we have that with the oldest timekeeping system on the planet. Okay? Anybody else? Nature says 8/27/1987. 8/27/1987. So from 8/21 to 9/21 is normally going to be a Virgo. Okay, you were born in that first decan of Virgo. So I'm gonna tell you to watch out for your appetite. Okay, and watch out for your coordination. Appetite and coordination. Another thing is too, because you were born in 87. I think that was 87. The teacher's former. You were born in 87, so that means that you are going to be, 38 years old? Okay, born in 87, that means you'll be 38. Okay, so when you look at a 38-year-old, that is I don't forgot your birthday. The teacher former, 8/27. So Virgo, right? So you're already having this propensity of health and fitness, right? So you're born in, you're 38. So let's just say, 8/27, you're born in the first decan. So 10, 20, 30, and 8. So you're 8 years in Sagittarius, okay? So there's been a lot of moving around going on in your life. There's been a lot of things moving, a lot of moving parts going on in your life, teachers former. But embrace the movement, because that's what Sagittarius, that's the lesson that Sagittarius is teaching you. Is teaching you new experiences, is teaching you things that you probably wouldn't have learned. Okay, so Sagittarius is full of new learning experiences, new places to go, new things to see. So embrace movement in your Sagittarian phase. And the one big lesson that Sagittarius wanted to get you to realize is not just in the moving phase, but also about being very passionate. Okay, You needed to learn passion. Okay? You needed to learn passion here. So hopefully you got passion out of this lesson. If not, you still got room to do that. But Sagittarius was trying to teach you passion before you move on to career and move on to Capricorns and things of that nature. All right, so that's 8/27, 1987. Okay. Do I have enough time? Teacher Foreman said, "Wow, yeah, yeah, it's kind of cool. I know it's kind of cool. It's definitely kind of cool. All right, it's definitely kind of cool." They said spot on. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Peaceful Nate, what you mean? Do you got much time? Time for what? If you want to get your owner's manual, please DM me. DM me, we'll get you the information that you need. If you DM me, we'll get you the information that you need. If you're trying to call me, you need to save my contact, download WhatsApp, and then you guys can be able to contact me. We're coming live from South Africa right now. I'm in South Africa right now currently, but we're able to facilitate all of you guys as far as your consultation and your herbal blends. We're able to still ship them out to you for right now. But we're also cooking up something on this meditation tea. So I'm eventually going to create a particular package for you guys to get the detox, the natal blend, and the meditation tea. I want something that helps us get into this meditative state, helps us get this melatonin flowing. And I found some great herbs that help produce melatonin, that helps secrete melatonin. And I think that that's the healing component inside of us that we really need to be utilizing. They call it meditation, they call it sleep, they call it rest. But in the medicinal side of all of that is the production of melatonin that comes from sleep, rest, meditation. And that's what we're trying to promote to be a healing mechanism. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to activate within you to be a healing mechanism and a support to your healing when it comes to your parasympathetic nervous system, when it comes to sleep, rest, when it comes to your diseases, period, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Yes, if you want to call me, you call between the hours of 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go over your owner's manual, okay? 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is about 6 p.m. here in South Africa, where over in America on the East Coast, it is about 12 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock p.m. So I come on every day between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the sun is in Gemini in the Northern Hemisphere. I am your Gemini, so that's when I come on, when the sun is backing me, okay? When the sun is backing me, that's when I come on, you guys. All right. So that's how y'all know what it is and how it is, man. I appreciate all 103,000 likes. I know it took a lot of you guys to work to get that. I appreciate all of the love that I'm getting from YouTube, all the love that I'm getting from TikTok. I really would like for you guys to go from TikTok to YouTube because sometimes TikTok want to mess up the live. They want to do so many things. So, but YouTube allow you to say what you want to say, do what you want to do, and be able to promote the information that you want to promote. So I would say just for emergency purposes, subscribe to my YouTube page just in case. I ain't saying that that's got to be your mode of listening to me, but just in case something happens to TikTok or you see that something's going on, you can go to YouTube and be able to still be notified when your homie HerbMan comes on. All right. So I love you guys, man, and it's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie HerbMan. And until next time, love HerbMan. All right. So peace be unto you guys. Please keep telling people about your homie HerbMan so that we can keep on changing lives one person at a time. All right. Peace. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you, YouTubers. Love you guys, man. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. Something about cancer. Hear what you say. How do you get the model number? Can you do it in slow motion, teacher? Cooking with Dominica, you're gonna have to pay for your owner's manual, baby. You can't learn how to do this from TikTok. Okay? You want to learn how to really do this, get it for yourself, and that way you always got it. You always got the videos, and you can just keep going back and back and back and back and back and learning. Okay? But the model number is your life path. Okay, so if you know how to break down a life path number, then that's the model number. Okay, I use model number because I'm using the owner's manual, the vernacular called the owner's manual. Okay, so that's the only reason why I say model number is because we're using the vernacular, the vehicle, the understanding of what an owner's manual is. And the owner's manual comes with a manufacturing date, which is your birthday, and a model number. Okay, your model number is going to stimulate. Everything stems from your birthday. Everything stems from the top down. So even in your diseases, remember, digestion starts in the brain. So you need to be always, when you're doing your preventative maintenance, when you're doing your what they call that, when you're doing your little analysis, right? Always start from the top down. Never start from where the actual problem is at. Oh, my knee hurt. Well, start from the top down to see why the knee hurt. Don't start from the knee up. Start from the brain down. Oh, my stomach hurt, my back hurt, my foot hurt, I got sciatica, I got this, I got that. Start from the brain down, and you'll realize that it's going to be in those things that something could be a problem. So you got the brain, you got the vagus nerve, okay? After the vagus nerve, after the stomach acid, then you got your pancreatic juices, okay? Then you got your gallbladder work, right? Then you got your small intestine absorption. Then you got your large intestine, right? And then you got your elimination, right? So those are the things, but start from the top down. So a lot of you guys dealing with GERD and bloating and gas, and a lot of you guys dealing with flagellants, and a lot of you women are dealing with all this acid reflux and all of that. But you starting at stomach acid, but what about the vagus nerve? I ain't gonna go right there at the problem. Look, if you plug your iron into that plug, the plug ain't the problem. It's something behind the plug. I tried to plug the iron up. That plug ain't working. That means there ain't no twisty in there. It ain't necessarily something wrong with the plug. It's something wrong with the power. So you got to go a step above. Is it the plug that's malfunctioning? Is it the power that's malfunctioning? And then why? Why did the plug malfunction? Why did the power malfunction? And these are these processes of elimination. So now when I go through my diseases, oh, because it's at my stomach don't mean that's where I started. Let me go above. Let me go right before the stomach. What my vagus nerve doing? What my nervous system doing to make my stomach acid do that? If it's my pancreas and my blood sugar, let me go to my stomach. I can't make this stuff up. I'm teaching you. If it's my blood sugar, if it's my pancreas, I'm going to go to my stomach acid. If it's my gallbladder, my liver, I'm going to go to my pancreas first. Because the pancreas is before the gallbladder release. The pancreatic juices happen before the gallbladder release. So what I'm saying is when you start to understand the functionality of the body, which is what we teach you here on the HerbMan show, you'll start to realize that this is the place to be for your 2-hour window so that you can not only get the best of knowledge spiritually, but also the best of knowledge physically. So not only that you can get the best of information psychologically, but you can get the best of information physiologically. And then now you'll be able to encapsulate the entire you in the one program, which is called the HerbMan Show. Until next time, peace.